Hello, everyone. Luis Concepcion here from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 17. Here's our disclosures. As always, this content's for educational purposes only. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investment involve risks. Got a big week this week with all the heavy hitters. I call this the Super Bowl of earnings. We cover the news, provide a market overview of the indices, and we have 887 companies reporting. Last week, slow week for us. Provided 30 zones, only one of them hit, and then we had one in progress, and that one is Pepsi. For our earnings release this week, again, 887 companies reporting, and we have majority of the Mag 7 reporting. We got Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and Meta on Wednesday and Thursday. I will not be covering those here today. If you want information on how to receive those from a weekly basis, click on the link below to get a weekly email of the Mag 7. With that being said, let's get into the news. All right, getting into the news on Monday, as you can see, we don't have anything affecting the US markets. However, for those of you who trade the Canadian dollar futures and Forex, pay attention that they have the federal election. So you may want to stay away from the Canadian dollar tomorrow due to its possible volatility. On Tuesday morning, we got the JOLTS reports, and that's going to be 30 minutes after the open. Nothing else affecting the US markets on Tuesday. For those of you trading futures and Forex, pay attention to the Australian dollar. They will have three reports that are coming out after the market. Moving on to Wednesday morning, we got non-farm payroll and employment change pre-market, so that could cause some volatility. Be mindful of that. And then we also have advanced GDP and the employment cost index all happening pre-market, so we may have some volatility at the market open depending on how those reports are. Again, the Canadian dollar being affected, they have GDP on Wednesday morning as well. So I would consider staying away from the Canadian dollar this week. And at 7 o'clock, we got price index core PCE. So Wednesday is going to be a big day, not only because of earnings that are starting with Microsoft and Meta in the afternoon, but we have significant reports as well. Japanese yen being affected, but that's tentative. So I would wait till Wednesday to find out if those reports are going to happen. Then moving into Thursday morning, we will have the results of Microsoft, Meta, with Amazon and Apple reporting that afternoon. So just understand we also have unemployment claims in the morning. So Thursday and Friday are going to be significant days for the market. We also have manufacturing PMI 30 minutes after the open, so be mindful of that. And then Friday is the first Friday of the month, so we have non-farm payroll and the unemployment exchange, which is pre-market, and then the results of Amazon and Apple. So should be a very interesting week. Should be a interesting week of volatility on Thursday and Friday, and looking forward to providing you with these opportunities coming up. All right, moving into the charts and starting with the SPX. As you can see, we have our supply zone, getting to our supply zone and about to fill this gap. That supply zone is going to be 5568.23 to 5794.19. We missed our demand zone when we had that 20% drop, but that level still valid at 4799.10 to 4675.95 on the demand side. Moving on to the NASDAQ, as we continue to recover, you can see the NASDAQ is a little bit stronger as it's deeper into this level than the SPX. Pretty much because all the tech is recovering and they are all reporting this week. With that being said, 19725.94 to 2312.08 on the supply side. And on the demand side, 16136.46 to 15669.44. Next, moving on to the diamonds or the DIA, you can see this is weaker. It still has a ways to go to fill its gap. That first supply level is going to be 416.25 to 428. On the demand side, 363.80 to 360.17. And then lastly, the mighty RUT, which is trailing behind as well. That first supply zone I have for you is going to be 2133.34 to 2203.35. On the demand side, we got 1710.79 to 1679.94. Now, moving into earnings and starting with Monday morning, first uh, company I have for you is Domino's Pizza, ticker symbol DPZ. Just moving back and forth from our levels that I've all year, as you can see, continue bouncing off of this level and dropping off of this one. So with that being said, the demand zone I have for you is still intact at 414.52 to 388.94. And on the supply side, 490.20 to 509.38. In the event of an overshoot, we won't know till Monday morning anyway because they report pre-market. You have a supply zone here at 557.38 to 567.57. Next company I have for you, MGM, also reporting Monday morning on the demand side, 22.44 to 21.21. On the supply side, 42.66 to 44 even. Next company I have for you is Bank United, ticker symbol BKU. On the demand side, 27.74 to 26.70. And on the supply side, 36.83 to 38.09. Moving on to Monday after the market. First company I have for you is Waste Management, ticker symbol WM. No supply in Waste Management. First demand zone I have for you is 199.56 to 195.84. In the event of an overshoot, you have the 190.36 to 186.89. Next company I have for you is NXP, ticker symbol NXPI. On the demand side, 145.62 to 131.83. On the supply side, 274.96 to 285.60. Next company I have for you is FFIV, F5 Networks. On the demand side, 222.69 to 213.10. On the supply side, 290.86 to 298.48. Next company I have for you is Nucor, ticker symbol NUE. On the demand side, 82.32 to 75.51. On the supply side, 167.74 to 178.41. Moving on to Tuesday morning, first company I have for you is SoFi Bank. On the demand side, 865 to 817. This level held us strong. It was the lows of April 7th, where everybody hit their lows and took off from. And on the supply side, 1785 to 1844. Next company I have for you, PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL. On the demand side, 5204 to 5023. On the supply side, 75.21 to 79.75. Next company I have for you, UPS, ticker symbol UPS. On the demand side, we're sitting in this demand side. This demand, it's a pretty large level, 94.67 to 81.42. On the first supply zone I have for you is 108.68 to 112.27. In the event of an overshoot, the next supply zone I have for you is 135.32 to 137.12. Next company I have for you is Royal Caribbean, ticker symbol RCL. On the demand side, 162.33 to 153.76. On the supply side, 257.32 to 265.63. Next company I have for you is Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. No supply in Coca-Cola. First demand zone I have for you is 64.13 to 62.28. Next company, Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. On the demand side, 20.93 to 19.60, with a subsequent level at 1819.1578. For those of you who want to put a dividend company in your portfolio, look into Pfizer. On the supply side, 33.54 to 34.67. Next company I have for you is Ultra, ticker symbol MO, another dividend king. On the demand side, 56.69 to 55.49, and a subsequent level at 50.15 to 49.60. They should have supply. Give me 1 second. And on the supply side, we have clearance all the way up to 70.31 to 74.36. With Philip Morris reporting last week, they did pretty good. Anticipate MO might follow suit as that's a little brother of Philip Morris. Next company I have for you moving into Tuesday afternoon is Visa, ticker symbol V. On the demand side, 293.42 to 287.30. On the supply side, 359.70 to 366.71. Next company I have for you is Starbucks. For Starbucks, we have multiple levels here on the demand side. The first level is going to be 75.96 to 74.44, and then a subsequent level at 73.09 to 70.42. On the supply side, first level I have for you is 95.82 to 99.97. Next company I have for you is First Solar, ticker symbol FSLR. On the demand side, 102.29 to 95.95. On the supply side, 225.45 to 240.55. Next company I have for you is PPG. On the demand side, 86.02 to 81.52. On the supply side, 129.8 to 124.83. Moving on to Wednesday morning, first company I have for you is Humana. On the demand side, 214.64 to 185.70. On the supply side, 338.74 to 349.09. Next company, Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. On the demand side, 252.90 to 241.59. On the supply side, 358.80 to 370 even. Next company is Western Digital, ticker symbol WDC. On the demand side, 32.69 to 30.51. On the supply side, 48.18 to 51.49. Next company I have for you is Generac, ticker symbol GNRC. 85.07 to 79.90. And on the demand side, and then on the supply side, 170.76 to 175.88. Next company I have for you is Hess, ticker symbol HES. On the supply side, 163.95 to 167.82. On the demand side, 109.99 to 105.37. Now, moving into Wednesday afternoon, I'm going to start with Hood. No supply in Hood. First demand zone I have for you is 25.07 to 22.95. Also understand that Microsoft and Meta are reporting Wednesday afternoon. I'll say again, if you want that information to your email on a weekly basis, go ahead and check the link below to see how you can get that information. Next, Qualcomm. Qualcomm on the demand side, 121.63 to 117.10. On the supply side, 186.25 to 196.58. Moving on to Thursday morning, first company I have for you is Eli Lilly. On the demand side, 672.10 to 660.05. On the supply side, 942.43 to 974.25. That ticker symbol will be LLY. Next I have for you is MasterCard. So for MasterCard, ticker symbol MA. On the supply side, 570.21 to 582.23. And then on the demand side, 460.61 to 451.11. Next company I have for you is Riot. On the demand side, 665 to 512. On the supply side, 1150 to 1255. Next company I have for you for Thursday afternoon is Reddit. On the demand side, 68.99 to 63.51. On the supply side, 156.15 to 174.05. Airbnb is next, ticker symbol ABNB. On the demand side, 105.94 to 97.35. And if this level fails, we have 90.32 to 85.72. On the supply side, 139.13 to 147.23. And realize that Amazon and Apple will also report on Thursday afternoon. Then taking us finally down to Friday morning, we have XOM on the demand side, 97.68 to 80.62. And on the supply side, 119.33 to 123.26. And the last company I have for you is Chevron, ticker symbol CVX. On the demand side, 119.68 to 110.58. On the supply side, 177.36 to 189.68. With that being said, that's going to do it for the charts for me this week. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe and like button. If you have any questions or anything you would like me to cover in this, feel free to email me. And again, for those of you who would like to receive email information and how to get the Mag 7, feel free to subscribe in the links below. Till next time, happy trading.